Hi everyone! Today we want to take you through the North Coast Trail, one of the most remote and rugged hikes on Vancouver Island. When people think of hiking on Vancouver Island, the West Coast Trail usually steals the spotlight. It's iconic, dramatic, and popular. But if you're after real wilderness, solitude, and the proper challenge, the North Coast Trail is where it's at. The trail is about 60 kilometers long, but depending on how fast you move and which route you choose, it can take anywhere between 4 and 8 days to complete. It's not a beginner hike. You need to be prepared for rough terrain, muddy patches, and tricky tight crossings. It's got the remoteness of the Nootka Trail, the length of the West Coast Trail, and way few hikers. That means peace, but also zero help. It's muddy, wild, and absolutely unforgettable. The trail doesn't start near any road. Instead, you have to take a boat shuttle called the Cape Scott Water Taxi from Port Hardy. This boat trip takes about an hour and offers great views of the coastline, but it's essential to book it in advance. You also need to reserve your backcountry permits through BC Parks. Without a permit and water taxi reservation, you can't access the trail. Once you arrive at Shasherty Bay, the real adventure begins. You're out of cell service and road access, so your preparation is key. You'll be completely self-reliant, but that's what makes it special. The moment the boat leaves and you're standing alone on that empty shoreline, it all becomes real.
Ahoy!
Hello.
We just landed at Shasherty Bay. This is where our journey starts. It's a beautiful place, by the way. I would definitely want to come back one day to explore the area. But anyway, we have 70 kilometers to go. We hope we can do it in 4 days. And yeah, wish us luck. Jump.
Jump.
On my way, on my way, on my way, on my way. I would like to reach out my hand, me say me tell you to run. On my way, on my way. Nobody say, nobody on. Well, pick me up with golden hand.
Gdzie masz wodu? Dlaczego nie masz wody? A to jest dobre do nas wodu. Gdzie masz wodę?
The trail is infamous for mud, deep, sticky mud that can swallow your boots. Gaiters are a must to keep mud and water out of your shoes. Water sources are quite limited, so you'll want to bring enough water at the beginning and have a solid filtration system, plus purification tablets. The landscape varies a lot. You start in dense rainforest covered in moss and move to wide pebble beaches. You'll cross several rivers, some by cable cars. Yes, real cable cars where you pull yourself across the river on a wire. Good morning from Nahuiti Beach, next to the Nahuiti River. We camped there during the night. We gotta leave today quite soon and early because of the high tide. There's low tide currently, and the next beach which we need to cross is called Tripod Beach, and that part of the beach is only possible during low tide. So we got maybe like 3 hours of low tide right now. So we're leaving, and there's one cable car which awaits us in about a half an hour, so I'm pretty excited about that. And we saw a bear in the morning. It was on the other side of the river. There's the Nahuiti River, and it's pretty cool here. Yeah, so see you soon.
Excited.
To the ends of the earth, would you follow me? There's a world that was meant for us to see. To the ends of the earth, would you follow me? If you won't have a say, my university.
You will also face tide-restricted areas, especially around Tripod Beach. If the tide is over about 2 meters, you can't cross safely. That means timing your hike carefully and also checking the tide tables. Other essential gear includes waterproof clothing, a reliable tent and a sleeping system, bear spray, a satellite communicator for emergencies, and enough food for each day. Wildlife sightings are also possible. We saw a black bear foraging along the shore. But always stay cautious and keep your bear spray ready.
We sleep until the sun goes down. Hold your horses now. Through the woods we ride. Hold your horses now. Through the woods we ride. Hold your horses now. Through the woods we ride. Hold your horses now. Through the woods we ride. We sleep until the sun goes down. We sleep until the sun goes.
Successfully finished the second day of our hike. We ended up at Irony Creek. We walked around 10 kilometers? 14 kilometers today. It was not long, but kind of technical. A lot of mud.
And ropes.
So we decided to kind of give it up here because the next campsite is another 10K. There's our campsite. This is our view. We already had our dinner, had a dip in the ocean, had a dip in the river afterwards. And now I guess it's just time.
Almost like at home.
Yeah.
Nice shower.
And now I guess it's just time to go to bed. Tomorrow we have another like 25-ish kilometers until we reach Cape Scott, and then it's gonna be hopefully our last night before we go back to the parking lot where we need to hitchhike so we can get back to our car. It's gonna be fun, but yeah, we'll see.
You'll do it somehow.
Okay, so bye!
We'll all be gone. All our friends will move away, and they're going to better places. But our friends will be gone. Nothing is as it has been, and I miss your face like hell. And I guess it's just as well, but I miss your face like hell. Been talking about the way things change, and my family lives in a different state. And if you don't know what to make of this, then we will not relate. So if you don't know what to make,
There are official campsites along the trail, spaced about 8 to 12 kilometers apart, with some unofficial spots as well. Water availability varies. Some campsites have fresh water nearby, others don't. You can choose between the standard route, which ends at Nissan Bight or Fisherman's Bay, and then exits via Cape Scott Trailhead, or an extended route that includes the westernmost point of the island. The extended route adds about 20 kilometers and requires extra fitness and planning, but it's totally worth visiting. If you're hiking solo, logistics can be a little bit tricky. A common approach is to leave one vehicle at Cape Scott Trailhead and another one in Port Hardy Marina to avoid expensive shuttle fees at the end. However, if you're solo like we were, you'll need to arrange a ride or shuttle back from Cape Scott. Cape Scott parking lot is quite busy, so we took our chances and hitchhiked back to Port Hardy successfully.
Rivers and roads, oh rivers and roads, oh rivers till I reach you.
After the trail, it's great to enjoy a warm meal at Market Street Cafe and a hot shower in Port Hardy RV Park and Campground. Nearby, St. Joseph's Bay offers an amazing beach that's well worth a visit if you have time. The North Coast Trail is a challenging and rewarding experience that offers a deep connection to nature and solitude. It's not for everyone, but if you're prepared and up for the challenge, it's one of the most incredible hikes you can do in British Columbia. For a detailed planning guide, gear list, maps, and insider tips, check out our full blog post link below. Thanks for watching and happy hiking!